Here's a 3-step checklist before you add any fish to any aquarium, freshwater or saltwater. So first thing's gonna be to check your water temperature. I often see this get overlooked, and I often even forget it when quoting setups. I'll often forget a heater. But you wanna make sure that in most aquariums, your water temperature is 78 degrees. You can accomplish this with a heater and any sort of thermometer, whether it's a high-tech Apex system or even a low-tech little thermometer that clips onto the side of the aquarium. Now, even here in sunny Arizona, chillers are not as necessary as they used to be. This is because we're not really using metal halides to light our aquariums anymore. However, I still recommend you have a chiller if you know that your AC is likely to fail at certain times of year. Next up will be checking your key water parameters. That's gonna be the nitrogen cycle, your pH, and your salinity for your saltwater aquariums. Your ammonia in your aquarium should be 0. Your nitrite should be 0. For most aquariums, your nitrate can be anywhere from 5 to 10 in a saltwater aquarium. And freshwater, you can get away with it being a little higher, close to 20. Obviously, the lower it is, the healthier the fish will be. Your pH for saltwater aquariums, you're gonna want to be above 8.0. I like to shoot for 8.3 in as many scenarios as possible. And then for freshwater, it's going to depend on what you're keeping. But for most community freshwater fish, they do really well with a pH of 6.8 to 7.5. Now for our saltwater folks, we're going to want to check our salinity. For most reef aquarium applications, you want your specific gravity to be 1.025 or 35 parts per thousand. If you're running a fish-only system, you can drop the salinity a little bit lower. Sometimes I recommend customers that are doing a fish-only aquarium to run the salinity around 1.020 to 1.022. And the third thing on the checklist is going to be gas exchange. Here's a tip. If you check your pH, this is especially in saltwater aquariums, and your pH is a little bit low, you might have a gas exchange issue. In a freshwater aquarium, the pH isn't an exact indicator of this. But in general, when we're looking at gas exchange, there's really 3 things we look at. So if you've got a freshwater tank or even a saltwater tank, this is more common in freshwater aquariums. You can use a sponge filter that'll directly inject air from the outside from an air pump into a filter. It bubbles the aquarium and it also filters the water. Now this applies to salt and freshwater. You want to have some surface agitation at the top. This helps with the gas exchange. So you can do this by checking your return outflows. If you've got wave makers or your filter, just make sure the surface tension of your aquarium is being broken. And if you've got a saltwater aquarium, a protein skimmer is a great way to oxygenate your aquarium. Now that you have that 3-step checklist, it's time to get some fish.